Senator Bam, I'm a little bit older than you, di ba? Senator Enrile passed away this year. I could not really imagine, isipin niyo po tayo, we went through one pandemic in our life. A program management office at the DepEd, headed by in charge of shall review and approve. Can we make it more proactive? Something shall, instead of review and approve, something like shall pursue, or what's the right word that we can put na parang, it will be symbolic, but kasi dun sa shall review and approve project proposals, para bang siya pa maghihintay na may proposal tapos sa kanya i-approve.
Mr. President, may I move to suspend?
Session is suspended.
Automotive, kahit gusto mo ng sewing, wala ka namang teacher na kaya magturo nun. There was one case, Mr. President, na yung school, kailangan ng baking, kailangan ng hospitality, yung sa hotel, kailangan ng cooking, at kailangan ng barista. Wala ho silang mahanap na instructor, Mr. President. They were offering 4 courses. They had to hire one person na lahat ng 4, dapat alam niya. So, nung tinanong ko po yung tao, sabi sa akin, Senator, I'm really barista ako. Yung iba, tumitingin na lang ako sa YouTube kung anong gagawin ko. So, even the problem of instructors, Mr. President, that's a very basic problem for K-12, Mr. President.
Yes. But half of that problem is not created by government. Diba? For example, yung kulang ng nurses, hindi gobyerno natin ang nag-create nun because nga malaki ang sweldo abroad. Tapos katulad sa US, pwede mo pangdalin pamilya mo. But in terms of instructors sa technical, half of the problem, gobyerno din gumawa. Bakit? Kasi yung TESDA courses, 25 to 50,000, isa. So kung ikaw yung mga universities, i-offer mo na lang yon, you can pay the instructors very much. Isipin mo, bawat estudyante, 25,000. Meron 50,000. So kung 50 yon, 50,000 times 50, 2.5 million. Samantalang yung mga instructors na iba na yung dapat, kahit sa TESDA, dapat pinasok na natin sa high school. You can see it vis-a-vis the Philippine Science High School. Because they had a different system from the start. I'm not saying na per se it's all about money, pero per capita, I don't know right now, but when we did the K-12 study, parang times 3 or times 4 yung per capita spending for an ordinary student sa DepEd sa doon. So syempre, kung saan mas malaki yung per capita at saan mas malaki yung opportunities mo for personal growth development, lilipat ka doon. And every time we ask TESDA, akala ko ba kaya nga namin kayo finand at may K-12 para wag na mag-out of school youth. Ngayon may 3-year course na rin yung TESDA, so parang graduate ka na nga ng high school 2 years later, or mag-out of school youth ka after the junior high school, and then magte-TESDA ka, humaba pa din ang TESDA, and then although may scholarship, lalong nagmahal, na dapat sa elementary at high school pa lang, kasi like tayo, panibasa, we went to a private school, yung ating practical arts, tapos sa ibang school, may 1 semester, may 1 quarter, kasi by quarters, mag-exchange ang babae at lalaki, di ba? So like kami, let's say kung basketball, but may 1 quarter lilipat, magba-volleyball kami. Tapos kung practical arts, may 1 quarter, mag-home economics kami. But very basic yon, yung mga electronics na soldering, yung mga craft na yung eggs ay gagawin mong paperweight, di ba? Yung, of course, yung mga drawing, for those who want to go to engineering, di ba? But unfortunately, unless you have, we do have wonderful teachers everywhere, but as you said, di ba? If 4 yung tinuturo niya, baka very good siya sa isa, yung dalawa, medyo kinakapa niya lang, di ba? Unless jack of all trades siya.
Yes, Mr. President, that story is to illustrate na even pagdating sa finding instructors, may problema na po yung K-12. And Mr. President, as you know, my position is our educational system is in crisis.
Agree.
And we need different solutions. It just so happened, Mr. President, nauna itong Classroom Acceleration Program kasi nais nating ituon dito sa budget. But definitely, Mr. President, all of these concerns, the committee does take them very seriously. And whether it's finding the right solution for employability, possibly taking out 1 year, or modifying or improving the K-12 system. As you know, Mr. President, we're quite serious with tackling all of these issues.
I don't
as we go
doubt
on,
the
Mr. President.
sincerity, Mr. President. I don't doubt yung sipag. I don't doubt the research work. And you will be here, God willing, until 2031,
Yes, Mr. President.
and then allowed a re-election. I don't know where I will be after 2028. But assuming, for the sake of argument, this passes, assuming nga from 65, gawin pa nating 90, Ang problema, 3 years from now, pag nagawa yung buildings, di ba, ang sagot pa rin ng gobyerno, hindi pa rin natin kaya. So the point I want to drive at now is that if we want to solve this, it's not Band-Aid after Band-Aid. This is, for me, this is, how do I put it? Hindi to Band-Aid. So kumbaga sa napilayan, ito yung cast, di ba? Pero, or ito bakal para nga magamit na yung napilay, di ba? But it's not it's not a stem cell or it's not a rebirth or renewal because nga, the problem with fixing the classroom problem, without fixing the private sector, yung pera ng ating mga, yung income ng ating mga mahihirap, and then kung hindi natin sasabayan ng mga instructors at saka facilities, we're setting ourselves up for bigger expectation and then mag-fail din.
Well, Mr. President.
So the point I want to make is that if we remove 1 or 2 years now, this law that you're making will not only transform from a bandage or yung bakal sa ano, it will transform to a multivitamin that will really get us up. Kasi nga, yung masasave mo iba sa classroom, pwede mo ngayon ilagay pa rin sa education in other parts. Just this one point, no? So, you've been following it. Magkano na ngayon kung today mapapasang budget, 1 trillion something ang budget ng education?
1.3, including tertiary, 1.38.
In an ideal situation, anong estimate natin dapat budget ng K-12 to be fully functional talaga?
Mr. President, honestly, yung problema sa K-12 is not just funding. It's really the systems itself.
I agree. But the
Meaning, even if we threw money at it right now, Mr. President, kung hindi malinaw yung mga kailangan baguhin, ako, Mr. President, and as you know, as you said, bago tayong pasok dito, before we will fund it, we should agree on the solution. No? And maybe through the hearings, Mr. President, on K-12 next month, in January, mahahanap natin yung solusyon, ponduhan natin. Right now, kasi Mr. President, sa sobrang laki ng problema, and if you notice, even our EDCOM report doesn't really, it just says fix it. It doesn't really prescribe how to fix it. So there are suggestions there. We have other bills on school-to-employment programs. But until we find the right solution, Mr. President, it's hard to peg a number to solve the problem because the solutions themselves are quite many, Mr. President.
Let me respectfully disagree with you because when my wife Lani became mayor sa Taguig, we were second to the last in Metro Manila. Okay, and the formula was simple. We put money first for teachers. The seminars nila and everything ganyan. Okay, second, we made sure na walang excuse yung bata mag-drop out. So binigyan ng uniforme na nakatahi na. 2 pantalon or skirt, 3 pang ibabaw. Then we gave them all notebooks, bag, later on may vanity kit na rin. You put in the pencil, papers, etc. Later on, yung payong, yung shoes, rubber shoes. So there are simple formulas. I agree with you at a certain point. Kahit sinong anak, at a certain point, money doesn't matter. But right now, if we double it to 2 trillion, our educational will go up. Why? Just putting up computer labs. Just putting, so hanbawa, yung ibang mahina yung internet, ang solusyon simple. You put a TV,
Of course.
and naka-mirror dun sa professor. We've tested this sa digital. So my point is, Mr. President, yung EDCOM, kaya hindi na pre-prescribe lahat kasi hindi dahil sa findings sila. Dahil sa atin na nasa gobyerno, ayaw din nating harapin yung katotohanan na K-12 yung problema.
Mr. President, definitely, Mr. President, marami sa mga problema, pondo talaga yung kailangan. No? You mentioned a number of them. Pero pagdating sa K-12, tatlo kasi, Mr. President, yung may grupo na gustong tanggalin, may grupo na gustong i-retain, at may grupo na gustong i-reforma. No? But yung specifics yan, Mr. President, at least reading the EDCOM 2 report, hindi pa rin wala pa rin consensus talaga on what we should do. And I think, Mr. President, I know you're part of EDCOM as well, we can go into that in January. At pag nahanap natin, Mr. President, kahit masakit na katotohanan na haharapin natin, let's push for the real solution, Mr. President.
Mr. President, theoretically, this is the 3rd EDCOM. Diba? I filed for a EDCOM 3, and difference is that dito commissioners na yung 3, CHED, but we chose to extend. EDCOM 3 na to they tell us the same thing. Diba? That we say priority natin ang education. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the whole of government, Mr. President. Obviously, you're standing there because priority mo. But hindi natin priority as a nation. So, ang mga magulang, sasabihin, mangungutang na ako, gagawin ko na lahat, basta't uunahin ko education ng ating anak. Ang gobyerno, baliktad. Yumaman muna tayo bago ko dagdagan yung sa education. I've never seen a parent who told their children, yumaman muna tayo bago ka pag-aralin. In fact, pinatitigil yung isang anak para lang isa makatapos para lahat. So the point I'm making, Mr. President, is we don't need further hearings to know that there's a simple approach to K-12. You name 3 approaches. Go back to K-10 or do K-11. Secondly is reform. And third is to fully fund it. Similar problem, MMDA. Some are saying the failures of MMDA is because bitin ang powers nila. Some are saying naman, we don't need it, abolish it. Okay, since naging konsyel ako, we've done nothing. We've just complained na ganon. Same thing sa LLDA. My first privilege speech, LLDA, Laguna Lake Development Authority. Ang first privilege speech ko, I see the Laguna Lake, I see the authority, may manager eh. Where's the development? Same thing. We've never passed, meron model. Gawin mong LLDA parang BCDA. Bigay mo yung tamang powers at tamang pera. Yun ang problema po. We've seen the success of the K-12 in the first few years. We've seen its challenges before the pandemic. Pero nung nagka-pandemic, we can't rewind anymore. So ang choice lang talaga natin ngayon is to either magbawas ng 1 or 2 years, or, as you said, how do you deal with crisis? You don't just let it pass. There's something you do proactive. So happy na tayo dahil so the 1 trillion this year
1.3 trillion.
1.3 is how much more than last year?
400 billion more.
More or less.
400 billion more.
So it's substantial.
Yes.
Diba? But ako kasi ang estimate ko, ang 2.5 trillion to 3 trillion payat pa rin eh.
For education, Mr. President.
Kasi simple lang, kung ang Philippines high school is 3 times to 4 times yung per capita. Of course, there are other factors. They're the best of the best. Exam pa lang, you get the best. But assuming, I agree with you, hindi pera lahat ng solusyon. But assuming that's the major factor. So if Philippine Science is spending times 3, times 3 mo lang yung last year's budget ng 900, that's 2.7. Diba? But as you said, even if you give the 2.7 this year, let's say bibili ka pa ng lupa, itatayo mo pa. Even if we buy the equipment, i-retrain mo pa yung teachers. But ang sinasabi ko lang, Senator Bam, I'm a little bit older than you. Diba? Senator Enrile passed away this year. I could not really imagine, isipin niyo po tayo, we went through 1 pandemic in our life. Siya, dalawa. Oh.
Yes.
Tayo, we went through EDSA 1, EDSA 2. Siya dumaan sa panahon ng Hapon, dumaan sa panahon ng Kano, sa Commonwealth, sa martial law, sa gano'n, di ba? But, and I know him enough, kasi I grew up na mentor siya ng dad ko, at I could go to his office. But I really don't know in his heart what have been sadness. Ako, I can tell you what my sadness is if I die tomorrow or 30 years from now. If I'm still in the Senate and we're still discussing the same thing. And the problem is, we are discussing the same thing since 2013, 2014, which was 11 years ago. I mean, now, the difference is more people are listening to you now. More people are listening to us now. But not enough eh. Not enough. So, my point, Senator Bam, is if we don't give them, the problem is extraordinary. So, if we don't give them an extraordinary solution, this law will do good. But it also can give them false hope.
Mr. President, I think we're pretty clear that there's a 7-point agenda to education. The problem is huge. Sabi nga nila, Mr. President, how do you eat an elephant? Diba? With 1 bite at a time. So this, Mr. President, is going to be 1 bite at a time. We're going to move to K-12 next. We're going to move to textbooks. We're going to move to stunting. In fact, we've already funded the school feeding program. Kulang pa rin yung sa barangay-based feeding program, Mr. President, pero iisa-isahin natin yan. And with what you mentioned, Mr. President, na you don't want to die tomorrow na ganito pa rin yung problema,
Or 30 years from now.
or hopefully 30 years from now, Mr. President, I think we will continue to try to reform this, Mr. President, find the right solutions, or we will die trying.
I thank
no?
you for your patience, but let me just drill that point one more.
Yes, Mr. President, go ahead.
You mentioned eating an elephant, di ba? Did you notice na sa mga carnivals or even pagka pinapakain yung mga elephant sa mga zoo, did you notice may tali sila and then a small peg sa ground na kayang-kaya nilang hilahin yon but hindi nila ginagawa? Have you noticed that?
No, Mr. President.
Okay. So take a look at yung yung mga elepante. So wherever that's connected, tapos may tali, tapos may peg lang parang sa tent na nasa ground. Okay? The reason for that is when they are children, when they're very young, I don't know what you call a baby elephant, no, but nung pag baby pa sila, tinatali yan, let's say sa puno. So kahit anong alis nila, hindi. So by the time it matures, hindi na niya kayang isipin
Na kaya niyang makawala.
na kaya niya makawala. So that's why if hindi mo inabot sa tuwing Saturday ng umaga yung Tarzan,
Okay.
kaya pag nagagalit yung mga animals at kay Tarzan at gaganon yung elepante, dun lang nahuhugot. At pagka gumanon na yung elepante at nahugot, na-realize niyang wala, dun lang siya tatakbo. Pero habang nakatakbo yon. So I just want to drill down that point. Na yun ang problema natin ngayon. We're like that elephant. We're doing many things. We're in the carnival, tinitignan tayo. Yes, the lion is the king of the jungle, but an elephant is an elephant. But until we do one of two things, go back to K to 10 or 11, or fully fund K to 12, hindi masosolve yung problema. We will improve ng konti. Di ba? But ang problema kasi dun sa eating the elephant one bite at a time, I agree with you. But the problem is, katulad nito, for the next 3-4 years, kung ano man baba na ang baksak ng grade natin sa educational system, you'll have one generation or one 10-year gap na ganun yung aabutin ng mga
Yes.
bata. Diba? Same thing sa stunting. So kung ngayon 27% ang prevalence, if we don't do something radical in 2026, and I don't see that in the budget for 2026, kung bumaba man, maging 25, 1 out of 4, masa-stunt. So ganun na yung school system natin, tapos may 1 out of 4 ka pa na sa stunt, it gives us such a grave,
It's a grim
yeah.
picture, Mr. President. But
So one question lang, tapos baka wala namang amendment.
yes, Mr. President.
So if the LGUs have their own present system and will use their own money now, will this bill affect them?
Yes, Mr. President, they can draw on this fund and use the funds that they have to augment.
But nothing in this bill naman will hamper
Oh, of course not, Mr.
them if they have their own PPPs, if
No,
they have
Mr.
their
President.
own So it's really meant on if they need help going there.
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
President.
I said last, but last na last.
Yes, Mr.
Can we put something in and subject to the right words of simplifying it, or in this bill is there an office in DepEd na, as you said, di ba, yung to make it
PMO,
simple. For example, no, let's say the LGU has money or has target land. Pwede bang isa na lang sa DepEd ang bumili? So, God willing, hindi siya mademanda. Pero para to simplify na lang.
There's a PMO, Mr. President,
Yes.
that DepEd needs to assign. They already have a current team that handles infrastructure.
Yes.
That's the PMO that's going to
I
handle
asked
this,
that
Mr.
then
President.
during the budget hearing, if you, Senator Gatchalian, I think, was the one defending. Sabi ko, lagyan mo na ng, actually yung sa classroom, sana it's flexible to be used there. Pero sana, kasi ang sagot sa akin nun ni Senwin, and of course, he's been also outstanding sa education sector, is that may fixed amount, etc. But I was saying nga, it's not na hesitant yung mga mayors, it's just too complicated. Diba? And it takes so much time. So can you imagine, kung mag-expropriate ka and it takes 1 to 2 years, then you're gonna build a 7 to 10 story that takes 2.5 to 3 years. So we're talking 5 years. At ang term nila, 3 years. But kung sino man yung nasa PMO, especially kung career siya, and especially kung may deputy siya, he or she will transcend the 3-year terms ng mga, and that could help the mayor's plan. So, speaking for my LGU, where I am from, it's really, we have to create new schools Kasi puno na rin yung mga existing. And of course, we will do what we have to do. What I'm saying is that, imagine if we identify 3 places, but yung does that no? I mean, I don't know if it's just or something very powerful sa declaration of policy, putting not only the onus but the hope in the PMO, in the Department of Education na to put up, I think if you say naman put up new schools, included na dyan yung pag-ano ng land. But I just wanted to end by saying na those are the two things that we have to do in parallel. Dun sa mga rural na malalaki pa rin ang lupa, help the principals there, the supervisors, plan them. I was a teenager when I started going to Cebu because my dad was EPSA administrator in 1984-85. So I was 13, 14 years old. Walang tao sa Mactan. And I really fell in love with Cebu until now, no? Unfortunately, in terms of urban planning, despite many great planners like Lito Osmeña there, kung ano nangyari sa Metro Manila, nangyari din sa kanila sa planning, etc. So, that's my other fear, di ba? Is that if I die tomorrow or 30 years from now, yung schools sa mga rural na napakaganda, and when I say rural, not necessarily bundok or island. I mean, there are places in Calabarzon, in Quezon, in Bicol na ang gaganda pa ng schoolyards, di ba? But then, sabihin, ma'am, 3 hektarya ka naman eh. Bigay na natin sa housing yung kalahating hektarya, which is valid. O ma'am, gawan na natin ng gym yan para sa barangay, ganyan. And then we wake up one day, wala nang school grounds at wala nang tatayuan. So in parallel, di ba, tulungan natin ng husto yung mga may lupa, and then how can they, in parallel, how do they get in, as you said, di ba, not only January, even now, with the budget hearing, inaayos nyo yon yung paano tulungan yung mga yon. Pero yun nga, yung mga cities na wala na eh, talagang yung ganun na lang yung school, tulungan natin silang makabili ng lupa. Baka, I don't know if we should even put it as a mandate, di ba? That the DepEd shall, something like that. I leave that at the, I believe in you, Senator Bam. That's why
Thank you, Mr. President.
I don't make it a specific amendment proposed, Mr. President, but I leave it at your footstep, and I think...
Mr. President, for the record, there's a Section 9 which talks about the Program Management Office, and Senator Pia Cayetano had a really good amendment to this section, Mr. President. At more or less, Mr. President, yung mga nabanggit mo naman about reviewing the proposals, looking at the projections, looking at demographic and population trend analysis, it's stated here, Mr.
Yeah.
President, that the PMO under DepEd will be handling all of this, Mr. President.
Well,
of course, Mr. President,
You would know very well, she's my ate, so I
Yeah.
cannot say hindi maganda yung kanyang amendment. But
Of course,
this is
Mr.
Section 9, di ba? A program management office
Yes.
with the DepEd headed by in charge of shall review and approve. Can we make it more proactive? Something shall, instead of review and approve, something like shall pursue, or what's the right word that we can put na parang
Shall-
it will be symbolic, but
Okay.
kasi dun sa shall review and approve project proposals, para bang siya pa maghihintay na may proposal tapos sa kanya i-approve.
Mr. President, may I move to suspend?
Session is suspended.